on a wonderful subject, which is four agreements. So until then, I was living with the false agreements, the false belief systems. And then on that day, I still remember that master named Satya. I'm ever grateful for her for taking that session in Bangalore. There was a beautiful meditation center in Brookfield. Um, so there I used to practice 6 to 8 hours of meditation every day instead of me going to work. For 3 months, I was doing intensive meditation. That's when a lot of transformation happened. I was literally implementing whatever I'm learning on day-to-day basis then. So that was the time when I was living with the false agreement and false belief systems. And she was reading this book, Four Agreements. Wonderful book, my dear friends. Very wonderful book. So I request all of you to read that. I just wanted to briefly share about it. Okay. So the very first agreement is be impeccable to your words. So it means we should always check what we are talking, what kind of words coming out of our mouth. Is it really elevating the vibrations surrounding you, or is it in any form or shape decreasing the energies? So that we need to make sure always. We should always speak with the integrity. When we speak with the integrity, we are sticking to our principles, and we speak the truth. And obviously, truth has the power, isn't it? Truth has the power. And when you speak with integrity and you speak the truth that has the power, you have the power, that power. You carry the power that truth carries. And then people respect you when you speak with integrity. So remember, we should always speak positive words, quality words. To build an house, right? We use the quality bricks. If the bricks quality is not good, the house quality won't be good. And if you build the house with the golden bricks, the house will be golden house. In the same way, if we build our life with the quality words, our life will be a quality life. So that's the very first agreement. And never ever forward or anything share that is decreasing the energy of the community, decreasing the energy of the group, decreasing the energy of our family members. When we are speaking to our kids, speak with, always use the quality words. And when we don't know what kind of words we should use, we can always borrow the words from enlightened masters. Listen to Patriji, Patrisa, listen to other enlightened masters, read the books, borrow the words, and just convert the words into the high quality words. Whatever you want to say, just put it in a nice way. That's all we need to do, isn't it? So that's the very first agreement. And this is the daily learning I still implement. I was very poor in my words. The kind of words I always used to is very depressive words and very low energy words. But ever since I started meditation, I started talking more positive words wherever it is possible. Even now, uh, I learn from my masters, from my wife Prana. So that's a daily learning. So let us all be impeccable to our words. And the next agreement is, don't take anything personally. So in this corporate world, in this busy life, we always take things personally. People always speak from their experience. They are not wrong. Whatever they are saying, they are not wrong. But they are speaking from their experience, from their own understanding levels, from their own consciousness, with their own understanding. our understanding levels are different, and their understanding levels are different, and your understanding levels are different. So everyone's understanding levels are different, and they, while while they are sharing their views, okay, you don't need to take the things personally. Everyone is sharing their own views, their own perceptions. You may not agree to their views, but don't take them personally. You can always disagree with the views and the perceptions whatever they are having, but don't take inside as if they are telling to you. While you don't agree with their opinions, with their views, at the same times you don't need to take the things personally. Let us all look inside, and where we are doing this, let us all change it from today, right? So that is one of the biggest quality that we can always, even when we are working in the group. This is most of the times in the group this happens. We always take things personally, and this happens to anyone, and we can always learn from this. And sometimes, I mean, because we are meditators and we know how to come out of this sadness and everything, that is fine. But for people who just started, if you take things personally, sometimes we may get into sadness, and sometimes we may get into grief, emotional traumas. Even after doing meditation in 2000, when I started in 2007, after a few years, I had these traces of false agreements, and I used to take things personally at work. I used to give a lot of explanation for things. If they are saying something, I used to take personally, and then I used to explain. That's what I used to do. So I think this story that Vivekananda used to say: if I give you a glass of water and drink, you drink. And if I give you a glass of water and say, oh, just one drop of poison is there, will you take it? No, right? So if something that is harming your body, you are not taking that, and you taking the things personally, it will harm your mind, and the body is there because of your mind. And how can you take that is something which is harming your mind? Personally, it is, when you take personally, you have that false illusions and false assumptions, right? So this is one of the other agreement we can every day implement. We all of, I mean, even including me, we can always something we can improve. Always there is a room for improvement, isn't it? That's the second agreement. And third agreement is don't assume things. We all working in corporate companies, or I mean uh, at home we have the family. Okay, so if someone is saying something, if you don't understand, ask again. Don't assume that okay, they are saying something and you get they are saying something offensive and you get offended right away, and then you react, and then it just goes with into debates and arguments. It will never end. So don't assume things. For example, I give these examples whenever I explain this. I have because I'm from corporate, I work in an IT company, and if I don't know something, and then something that needs to be deployed in UAT, and that is deployed in production, without just assuming that okay, this needs to be deployed in production, what will happen? It will go utterly wrong, isn't it? So we should always ask. And before meditation, the way I used to do is I used to assume things and work and work and work. And when it comes to the delivery, and then I used to go to my manager, this is no, this is not right. You could have asked 10 days ago when you started. No, I was assuming that this is the right thing. So again, I do it. So what is happening? This is a double work. Don't assume. And when you assume things, we have the problem in the relations, even at work or at home, no matter wherever it is. For relationships to prosper, we have to be in the communication. We have to be in communication. This is what, after the most of the emotional triggers and most of these things happen between couples, husband and wife. That's where you learn a lot. And believe me, before marriage, I was doing meditation. Even after marriage, I had these assumptions. And Prana, she used to tell me, let us talk, let us communicate what exactly you were thinking. But I was not looking deep inside. This is in 2011. So by then I was already doing 3 years of meditation. Still I have that. So we have to work a lot, my dear friends. We have to do a lot of inner work. We have to be in communication. We have to be composed when we are talking, and we have to be very calm and peaceful. And instead of reacting, we have to respond and just take a pause and sit back and then understand where it is going wrong, and then change. This is again daily learning. This we can learn every day in day-to-day life. This is one of the greatest agreement. Okay, so we get this, we have this soft copy, you can read that. So there will be so many examples, there will be so many things. Okay, the last assumption I want to share is always do your best. Always try your best. So doing your best, it doesn't mean that you have to do 100%. Let's say someone is giving some work to me, okay, and you don't know that thing, and you are not sure that whether you can complete 100% or not, but you can give 100%. Okay, always do your best within your capacity. Do your 100% within your capacity, whatever you can do. If it is not successful, okay, then at least you know that you have given your 100%, and then you are happy. If it is successful, anyway, you are happy, right? So this is brief. I wanted to give a high level on 4 agreements. This is a wonderful book, and everyone must understand these agreements, these 4 agreements. Start implementing. You can have these agreements written somewhere on the paper and pasted on your mirror or wherever you see. Okay, that way we can start implementing this. Okay, so anyone has any questions? Yeah, sorry, I see someone asking. I'll type here Don Michael Doos. We have the soft copy as well, I think. Okay, does that make sense, friends? Or is it? Yeah, we all know this, isn't it? Okay, fine. I think.
Thank you very much. This is Meena. Thank you ever so much. It was really, really great wisdom. Thank you. Very grateful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you, bro.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Priyanka. Oh, I see Priyanka Reddy.